Good morning and welcome to Government with Uplift Education and Ms. Williams. My name is Ms. Williams, and today we are going to be talking about how the legislative branch works. Last class period, we talked about the separation of powers and how that impacted United States or American government. We talked about the ideas that came from social contract theories, and when we were talking about the ideas, more importantly, a separation of powers and checks and balances system came into play. Now we're going to look in depth at what the responsibilities are per branch of government, and we're going to start with the legislative branch. So if you'll go ahead and pull up your PowerPoint presentation and follow along with me, let's go ahead and knock out how our legislature works and how a bill becomes a law. So let's talk about bicameral legislature. What is bicameral legislature? Well, when you think about a bicycle has how many wheels? It has two. Similar to a bicycle, bicameral legislature is a legislature with two houses or two chambers. The United States Congress is made up of the House of Representatives and the House of the Senate. Those two together make bicameral legislature for the United States. We can also see evidence of bicameral legislature in British Parliament because British Parliament is bicameral in legislature as well. They are made up of the House of Commons and they're made up of the House of Lords, so that there are two governing bodies that join together in order to make decisions. So what does bicameral legislature look like? The United States House of Representatives is the lower house of the United States Congress, and the Senate is the upper house. Together, again, they compose the national legislature of the United States. The composition of both the houses is established by Article 1 of the United States Constitution, which outlines to us fairly clearly how we are supposed to handle legislative tasks and how our houses should be set up. So when we look at the House of Representatives, the House of Representatives consists of 435 members, and they're all selected based on population. Well, not necessarily selected by population as much as the number of representatives that comes from any particular district is based on the population of that particular district or state. Whereas the Senate is a flat rate system. Only two representatives from every state can be present, and there are 50 states. That's what there are 100 senators. So when we look at bicameral legislature in the United States, we're looking at our two houses. We're looking at the House of Representatives, which consists of 435 members, and the Senate that consists of 100. So let's look at if bicameral means that there are two houses, what does unicameral legislature look like? Well, when you talk about a bicycle versus a unicycle, what's the difference? The difference would be that on a bicycle, you are dealing with two wheels, whereas in a unicycle, you're dealing with one wheel. And in a unicameral legislation, you are dealing with not two houses, but one.